Hi, Mathews. I've been doing review and release videos of your products since like 2012, and like I'm right next to one of the top 10 distributors of Mathews archery equipment in the world, and I would love to be on the list of the early release dates, like MFJJ and PJ Riley, because ultimately I'm bringing this content to people a day late. Like, I need a little help here. Okay? All right, now let's get into today's video. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, White River Rambo, hashtag White River Rambo. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more archery and outdoorsman content. Today, we take a look at the Mathews Phase 4 for 2023, how it stacks up to the V3X, and who should be buying this bow. Now, as I mentioned in the prequel, many YouTubers and archery shops have already done high quality content explaining to you what is in this pamphlet versus what you're going to get when you get your hands on one. And I believe you should watch their content, so much so that in the ending credits, I'm going to put links to both of those videos. So how can I set myself apart to bring you quality content? Well, you see, between myself and the two professionals that work at GunWorld Archery ProShops, altogether we have in excess of 75 years experience behind the bow. And we all three have favorite brands, and we all three shoot a bow differently, and we all three, do different things competitively, from shooting a bow on a boat to at a stake, to at a line indoors. We all three do things differently. So we all three brought different assets to the conversation. During this conversation, I realized what an asset it was. And so I'm not going to edit it. I'm simply going to stitch a handful of clips together and let you have it raw. That's what you're looking for. Experience and information rolled into one from someone who doesn't have a thing to gain by your purchase. No one is gaining from this video but you. My name is Dustin Apple, and this channel has hit 10,000 subscribers this week, and I am so grateful for it. But 90% of you watching this aren't subscribers. Hopefully you'll stick around and continue to enjoy the passion that I put into my outdoor content. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Phase 4.
.18. .303. That's 384 grain arrow.
288 on, what was that, 419?
This is the 435. You got 494 we're shooting now. .271. 561 grain arrow.
56.
256. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good.
So actually it didn't lose as much.
It's very efficient.
It is.
Department line 1, gun department line 1.
Holy crap.
Thing is dead, man.
That was the light arrow there.
And don't worry about, we'll edit out whatever.
Right.
So
the first arrow we shot was 384.
Yep.
384.
435.
Yep.
435.
288.
494 was what, 271?
Yep,
And then a 561 was 256.
yep, 256.
So
Very efficient.
it's an efficient can with a heavy arrow. I will give it that. I mean, that's not bad speeds at all at 2870.
So typically when we shorten up draw length or you gain arrow, for me I always said if you gain 30 grains that you're going to lose 10 feet per second.
Yeah, that's exactly what I go by.
Sometimes 12, it just depends on where
Yeah.
you're at as far as the weight.
So for me, just the difference between these two arrows right here, we increased
60 grains roughly, just give or take.
65,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we only lost 14
Yeah.
feet per second.
Theoretically, it should have been 30, so it's efficient.
Should have been 20. Because we went up 65
yeah,
grains,
sure,
right?
yeah,
So
sure. I
twice.
broke it in thirds, yeah.
Yeah.
So, still, very efficient.
That says a lot to me, especially for the guys that are in a hunting setup. And today we're only testing this bow at 28 inches. It's going to be a little different than what other people are doing, right? Everybody's wanting to chase that IBO number and see if the bow produces what it says it produces on paper. We don't care about that.
Nope.
We're all fairly short-armed guys, so that 28 and a half inches is going to be what we shoot. And so the bow's set up at 71 pounds, and in a hunting shaft, whichever your hunting shaft is, right? We've got 561, 494, 435, and 485. That's pretty much going to cover everybody. Now, what else?
Well, I mean, I think, for me, the performance of this new split limb with the rubber seal in it, I'm pretty impressed with.
It's definitely deader.
It's definitely,
It's definitely deader in the hand than the V3.
it's deader in the hand, it's quiet, and it's definitely holding the speed. And I think that's what a lot of people are going to think, hey, with that bow being 8 limbs instead of the 4, they're going to think it's going to be pretty weak with speed. But what you just seen when we did the arrow test, I mean, 561 grain arrow, 256. That's pretty impressive. That 28-inch draw, that's the factor I want people to think of, 28-inch draw. And that's pretty well the realm that probably 90% of the people are going to fall in, because we're all, that's where it's mainly at, to me, about 28 to 29 inches. So can you imagine what's going to shoot at 29?
Oh, yeah.
They'll probably pick up, almost 15, possibly.
It should.
Probably 15 feet a second.
Yeah.
I mean, for as efficient as what it's shooting right now. I think for granted the screens are new. I mean, they're going to break in a little bit. They're going to stretch. It's actually going to pick up a little bit more speed.
And so this is the exact same cam system that Mathews been running for a while. So I'm going to try to get some audio. We're going to shoot a V3X and
Phase 4.
the new Phase 4 side by side, and see if we can catch a noticeable audio difference. If you guys are familiar with anything videography, it's not going to sound much different on film, but the three of us will definitely be able to notice a difference. So I don't know.
I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be interested in this new bridge lock stabilizer setup.
You think?
I think a lot of people are going to be interested in it, just to see, because it's going to give it more of that streamline, everything down the center. You know what I mean? You got the Picatinny rail still in the back for the rest. Same with the bridge lock for your sight. It's all down the middle. So I think there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be very interested in this. Now, price point, I mean, it's not the greatest price point, but it's cool. I mean, I really like it's really slim line, even on the back bar mount. I think it's pretty cool, really. I mean,
I think it'll be completely split. There will be people that will want to buy this for the small sound dampening that you're going to get over the last few years. But as far as the accessories go, it'll be split. There'll be people that want to go 100% Mathews and 100% accessories and have everything, every bell and whistle match. And there'll be other people that be like, nope, I'm going to buy me a bee stinger used off eBay and just roll with it.
ain't nothing wrong with bee stinger.
And that's the good thing about it.
Bee stinger's the bomb, dude. If I'm shooting now, bee stinger.
I've got 8 of them, so.
I mean, it's still got the options to do all that, even if they don't go with the Mathews accessories.
Yeah.
I mean, you can bolt the sight on the side, direct, dovetail, screw in a stabilizer on the front.
Well,
all that. I mean, it's still got all that option too.
Well, see, I just try to key in on the key features of the bow. That's all. I'm just talking
yeah, no,
sure.
I'm just talking about some of the key features of the bow, and I really think a lot of people are going to be interested in it. I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, you still got the ability, like I said, still has the back bow mount for any for back bar you want to run. It's still got the front hose stabilizer mount, so you can run any quick disconnect that you want to run, and whatever, bee stinger, trophy ridge, wherever you want to run on it. But I'm just going over some of the. I think it's got the same quiver mount system
profile,
as what last year they ran, low profile 2-piece and the 1-piece. But like I said, if y'all want to shoot it,
Yeah, you've got that in your hand. I've got that V3 right there.
Yeah.
So I've got last year's bow, the V3X 29. It's 28 inches, 70 pounds. It's going to be same specs as the Phase 429. It's also 2870 as well. Both of them are at 85%.
All right, so the targets that we're shooting in is a cross matting. I don't even know what it's called, but it is a soft thud when it hits. This microphone is dynamic, meaning it's going to pick up everything in front of the camera. So I'm going to have Garver stand up, and he's going to shoot last year's 29X on this side, and then right behind it, Jeff is going to shoot the new Mathews right here on this right side. I'll just step back.
There goes the V3X 29.
All right, I'm going to shoot the new Phase 4.
Gun department line 1, please. Gun department line 1.
About the same here.
It's very minimal difference,
Yeah.
but I think there is a difference.
It's like, I'll be honest with you, this bow, when I shot it up there before, was with that lighter arrow. It had more vibration. This thing has nothing now.
So we grabbed two house arrows of the same manufacturer and the same spine. We'll have to figure out exactly what they weigh, but they're going to be
450 plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's here's 494.
Yeah, this one's like, this one's 470,
that one?
480 or something. This is one of my old hunting arrows.
So they're going to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Let's do it one more time.
Can you aim a little lower? And
Yeah, I aim a
let's
little
back up a little bit.
Yeah, we can do
Is that
it.
all right?
All right, V3X 29.
This is the new Phase 4.
Thank you. It's quieter. It is.
Got it. Switch it up. Okay, there's Phase 4 to Greg.
29X going to
29
him. 29 V3X going to him. Yeah, I don't have to now. I can feel the difference.
I don't know if it's close.
Like-
It's subtle. It's subtle, but there's a
So,
difference.
I mean, I'll say, like, I just shot the Phase 4 three times we shot it. And I'll be honest with you, really not really the sound I hear as much. Like, I heard it a hair more.
It's after the shot, though.
But it's
That's when
definitely,
I'm feeling the
it's
difference.
definitely way deader in the hand. It's way deader in the hand than this is. Now,
Draw
like
cycles.
for me at 15 yards, we're at 14, 15 yards here. For me, it's kind of hit and miss. Like, I can tell that bow's quieter, but it's not like a real lot quieter.
Well, I
But
think the difference I'm telling you about is on the shot after it. It's the thud. This is less than that. Not saying it's a gradual difference, but it is different.
I definitely say, it actually,
And what's crazy
how it
is
feels is unreal.
draw cycles. It's all the same. Every bit of it,
Yeah.
that part kills me because
So
it's identical.
The only difference between the bows is he's got the new,
Limbs.
of course the limbs, but I meant the stabilizers.
Yeah.
Only thing he's got on here is last year's 10-inch. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have a back bar.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's
That's not really
stabilized.
gonna. I think from an audible standpoint, like if we had a meter here, it's probably going to be less than 4 or 5 decibels.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe 3.
Probably, yeah.
But I mean,
It's going to be very close. So in my opinion, and I want your guys's too. If you're a Mathews guy, if you own somewhere in that 2013 era, a Halon or even a Tri-X, you could be in the realm of thinking about upgrading, because this is going to be a good step for you. Now, if you have any of the newer models, okay, let's just say that, I don't think that it's going to be...
I would say if you had like the V3 27 or 31, to me, that jump to the V3X 29 and the 33 was a big jump, my personal opinion. I mean, no doubt, no brainer for me. From like, that's 2 years. That's 2 years.
For stability or for tunability? Or?
I'm talking for stability, how the bow draws, how the cycle was.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the draw cycle is way better in the V3X 29 and the 33 that they come out with last year than what the V3 27 and the V3 31 was. Now.
Put your hand down.
Sorry about that.
No, you're just.
But I mean, it's just in my opinion. You want my opinion? I mean,
yeah.
I mean. We shoot them all the time in here, so
Right.
No doubt on a tuning wise, I mean, just top hats. So you run the arrow down the middle, whatever it's going to be, 13/16, 11/16.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own opinion of where they want to run them at. But run down the middle of the riser, flip your top hats till you get in the middle, you're ready to go.
See, I'm kind of like Dustin on this. If you've got a Tri-X or a Vertex, maybe.
Or a Traverse.
Yeah, a Traverse. You know, if you've got a VXR 28, 31 and a half, or a V3 27, 31, V3X, I can't say you're going to feel a noticeable difference to me, but that's just me. I mean, it is quieter. It is quieter, but it all depends on what you want to do. I mean, that's what we get that question all the time. It's hard to justify that.
So, yeah, I'm not saying the V3X. The V3X is last year's bow. I'm not saying that bow.
No,
this bow and that bow, they're still neck and neck.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what I was saying. I'm just saying that the V3 27, that's the year behind the V3X 29 and 33. You definitely, if you ain't shot one, you need to shoot one. That's what I'm saying. Give it a chance.
So I'll give a little background if you're not familiar with the channel. I shoot everything I can get my hands on, and this past year I walked around with the Athens 31 and an Athens 33 just because I liked what they had. But these guys are completely different. So what did you walk around with last year?
Okay, well.
Primarily. But you're talking to a bunch of guys like, I had like 8 bows last year, and both these guys work in an archery shop, so they probably have me beat. So top 3.
Okay, so my top 3 bows was last year, I ran the Hoyt RX7 Ultra, and also shot just the plain RX7, and also dabbled on the target side with the Invicta 37 and 40. So, you know.
So 99% Hoyt guy.
I am the Hoyt guy.
Okay.
Period.
Hey, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Wear that badge proud.
So mine's been pretty simple. I have 2 levitates, PSE levitates, and I have a PSE Omen, and that's really about it. I've had the one levitate since the ATA show last year, and it's still with me. So that kind of says a lot for me. So
you kind of stick towards the PSEs then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a speed guy, so
right.
I can't combat with speed any other way. It's just really nice, and then to me, the levitate stands out from any other carbon bow that I've really held because it's a 32-inch axle-to-axle bow and it weighs 3.2 pounds spare. You can't beat that. And for me, like for a hunting purpose, nothing wrong with the way this bow feels. I still run front and back bar to hunt with, but with that light of a bow to start with, I can put the weight where I want, and to me, that's more justifiable. So that's kind of why that. I have a 80-pounder and I have a 70-pounder both.
Okay.
So
speed above all else.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, speed is above all else, and there's the reason being. Now, it's not everything, but if you have a bow that is fast to start with, when we talk hunting arrows up there on that graph, I can take a heavy arrow and push it faster than typical. That goes into it. It's one of the big things we always talk about, you know, is kinetic energy, momentum and all that. Speed is a big factor in that, so that's where the speed comes into play for me.
This is a roundtable discussion for like another time, but 1,000%. All of us short arm guys struggle with, because we want a little heavier arrow, but I don't want it at 220 feet per second.
Oh, absolutely not.
All the time. Now I do it, but So there's the long and short of it from the three totally different guys when it comes to setting a bow up. But that's typical, right? Everybody's different.
Oh yeah, everybody's got what they like.
So that's why we wanted to show the bow at 28 inches and 70 pounds today, and a wide variety of arrows. Now we'll play the audio back and forth, shooting the bows back to back here. Hopefully it shows up a little bit, but for the three of us standing here shooting it in a pretty quiet setting, I'm going to say there's a very minimal difference between last year's and this year's.
I would agree with that, 100%.
You can feel it. It's hard to really tell with the ear. I mean, but there is a difference. There is a difference.
Well, I will say that this is the only aluminum bow that I have shot that's been dead in the hand that could even compete with a carbon bow. I will say that. And I shoot a carbon bow, and he shoots a carbon bow. And like to me, key thing is when you get one that light, like the PSE is, you get more vibration.
Yeah.
And it will. And that's just what they do. And that's what the whole key of stabilizers do. They'll deaden up the vibration for you. It'll take a little bit away. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a great bow. I think people need to come and shoot it. I take this over a Triax.
Well, here's the thing. To me, I don't see that big of a difference in it. Like I said, I hunted with the Triax for 2 years, so that says something for the Triax. I really like the Triax. Shot well. I just don't see that big of a difference between them.
Well, I think the reason why you're a Triax guy is because you're a speed guy. Now, I think, Brand, that was their faster bow.
I did get very good speed out of it.
Hey, it was a fast bow.
It was. I got very good speed out of it, but I don't know. It's like going back. Okay, PSE side of things. If I had a Mach 1 in my hand or levitate, what am I going to take? Levitate, because there's a difference. Speed, yes. Shootability, there too. That's kind of where that goes to. I don't know. That's where each of us are different.
I'm just saying, to me, if you've never shot the V3X 29 lineup,
Yep.
or even this new Phase 4 they just come out with, I'm telling you, anything behind that level, there's the hand shock, it's way different. The draw cycle is way different. You got to admit, the draw cycle on this bow for 70 pounds,
oh, it's smooth.
It's smooth.
And just what you said, though, just then,
unreal.
If we haven't shot that, we don't have a basis to go off of. So I obviously would pick that because it's the newer, later, greater thing. But that's just what I'm going off history, background.
I'm just saying, though, let's say that guy had bought that Triax. When he bought it, he was in great shape, and you know what I mean? That bow was harder to draw.
It's short.
I mean, it was harder to draw. It had a heck of a hump in that cam, where this bow here shot a 384 grain arrow at 28 inches, 303, and it's smooth. I mean, to me, I'm just saying is, by what the features I'm looking at is, for one thing, we should both shoot short draws.
Oh, yeah.
And you're shorter than I am on draw length. Yeah. So I understand you're a speed guy, and like I said, I'm going by the bow, the performance of the bow. I think 100%, if you've not shot one, you just need to come and shoot one.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just going off like my personal preference, just like you have one too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm not telling you it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just.
So I want to throw something in there. We're going off the Triax, right? If you go back to the
I'm
Triax.
going by the Triax platform.
If anyone's familiar with that bow, I'm going to go back to it and add one thing. The Triax was one of the quietest bows of that time.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with that.
For the speeds that it was getting.
Yeah. It's quiet for the speeds.
And shootability wise.
Oh, for a 28-inch axle bow?
It shot good.
It was hard to really compete with because
right.
When it come out, I was like, it's going to be, it's a 28-inch bow. It's not.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But then after I shot it, I was like, and like I said, I hunted one for 2 years. That's saying a lot for me because
I did too.
I used to hunt with a different bow every year, but then I tried setting something up and I didn't like it as much, so I hunted with it again.
Well, so I mean, this bow really competes with the Triax. I mean, Triax is 28, it's 29, it's an inch longer.
Yeah.
But I'm just going by the draw cycle. By the draw cycle alone, to me, I think if you like that fast bow, and like I said, inch producing speed at 28 inches, I mean, really, I was thinking 384 grain arrow, I was thinking 297, 296. That's why I was really thinking this bow was going to shoot. And when it registered 303, I was kind of impressed to see it break 300s at 28-inch draw.
And there again, that's one of the things, going back to my speed factor. Draw cycle's never been a thing I've worried about because I've had to sacrifice feel as far as draw cycle.
Yeah.
It's on my checklist of what I want to bow, draw cycles towards the bottom.
Well, I know. I'm saying 90% of your people would want to shoot a bow with draw cycle.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a great bow.
That's kind of what I'm hitting on.
Yeah,
I'm kind of hitting on draw cycle, kind of the feel of it. To me, I think that's what really sells. But you get that more, and in the bow shops side, the most common questions that we get in here is, how's it draw?
Really?
That's the number one question I know. How's it draw? Is it fast? Is it quiet? I mean, you get the fast question.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just saying is, everybody's got their own preference on what they come here and ask for. I'm just saying the most common question you get as a person standing behind the counter is, how's the draw cycle?
Yeah.
A lot of your guys are getting into these bows. They got the switch weight technology, and people love that because this bow you can go 60, 65, 70, 75 pounds.
Well, when you take into
It just gives an opportunity.
you take into the quiet factor of with draw cycle, which it's going to be quiet. Taking smooth draw, quiet, it turns into a pretty good hunting bow. I mean, it sells itself.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. The bow is not going to need help being sewed.
Yeah, I mean.
So I've been filming these guys, and like I've only shot the bow like 3 times. I want to shoot a little bit more, but one thing that I felt immediately on the first draw was that last 2 inches before it broke over.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a little less aggressive than what I'm used to.
Right.
And I'm not going to say that it's an elite or that it's that smooth, but I think it's a little less than what it used to be, and I don't know if that could be part of the new limb system that.
Well, see, last year's bow was the same way. You get to the last couple inches of it, and it really drops off. A lot of your bows are at 85% let off. I mean, now you can order this in 80% let off. So if you're a guy that wants that little bit more of a solider back wall, wants that 11-pound open weight.
So we're testing at 80, right?
It's 85.
That's 85.
These are 85. Both these are 85%.
The E-mods. So,
yeah.
So routinely, if you drop down to 80s, you'll get 2 or 3 feet more.
Right. Yeah, you gain a little bit.
Not a lot, but
roughly
less than 5.
Yeah.
Generally.
It's supposed to be. People say 5 feet, but it's more like 3.
Yeah.
2 to 3 feet. But like I said, a lot of that is preference.
Yeah, it's not
what I
a
mean?
speed thing. Like
It's more of a holding
it's more of a
weight.
holding weight thing. I don't personally like 90 just because I'm used to more holding weight. So that's kind of where that falls into me at.
I'm a command shooter.
So you like the 85.
So when people see me shoot, they're always punching trigger. No, I'm telling the bow to go off. I'm a command shooter.
Yeah.
I've done it for 30 years.
Again, preference.
It works.
Yeah, preference.
I'm not a competition guy, and because of that, I'll probably never will be. But I shot some 90% let off bows this year, and I really liked them.
Yeah,
You will.
But that's just how I shoot.
yeah.
Anybody that shoots a wrist release or even a thumb button, it's a command shooter.
Thank you for not calling it a wrist rocket.
Okay,
because
well,
I would need a safe space if you did.
Okay, well. Okay, for Dustin, wrist rocket. No, I'm playing.
Can't
Dustin.
shoot one too.
Hey, I shoot one solely. Now, the one I typically shoot's got a 12-pound spring in it, so I mean, you can't punch it.
Yeah.
But there again, that's the difference, though. That's just where I'm comfortable.
I shoot a hinge 99.9% of the time.
Yeah.
I just switch to a thumb button just for spots, play around with, but I shoot a hinge. So everybody's got what they like. I've hunted with a hinge for years. I mean, to me, it's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
It's second nature. But, for a guy that wants to shoot a wrist rocket, dude, more power to you. I feel happy
He
for
got
you.
it out
He
there.
did. He
You know
did.
Didn't even know anything.
No, I throw it out there for you, Dustin, because I know it irritates me a little bit. Okay, no, really. But most of your people that shoot a wrist release will normally run at 85 to 90% let off because they get back there. You don't have a lot of forward momentum. They can kind of relax.
Yeah, they're relaxed.
They got time to kind of hit that trigger. And that's where it's all at.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
Well, guys, great discussion,
Dustin.
and I really appreciate y'all letting me come down here to Corydon. If you guys need anything, you want to check out the new bows or any of the new bows from any other brand, chances are GunWorld's going to have it. So come on down and check out the new Phase 4 right down here in Corydon, Indiana, and we'll see you guys all on the next one. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and if you're looking at something like this, or maybe your buddies are, go ahead and share the video. Appreciate you. Did I just hand a bear in that?
I think you did.
I think you did. Yeah.
Thank you.